We have the final part, which will have, hopefully, all the handlers that have gone through with the clear round. 16 roughly in each group, so a few dogs to get through. And we start off, first of all, with the mediums with Gemma Honeycomb working Hoax, a border collie. So these are the cream of the cream as far as UK agility is concerned. The champ class for the champions. Through the gap, beautiful turn. Oh, a little bit wide there. Pushing the dog round a fiver, coming through to that soft tunnel. Oh, close again. Flicks the dog round now to the right, lost a little bit of time there over the Eukanuba. Bit of a twisty entry into the weaves. Beautiful set of weaves down the line. At the moment, we're looking all right round to number 10. Number 11 into the rigid tunnel. She cuts behind the dog in the rigid tunnel. Cross to number 13, 14. Flicks the dog. Oh, it was close again. It's too early in the morning for this one. Coming down with a line of 4 to go. Give a round of applause. They come across the finishing line. Clear over 3 years in 35.77. So we've got some time faults there, unfortunately. So next to go, Steve Richardson. He's had a cracking week this week, Steve has. Working Libby, a Patterdale Cross Collie. He's got his fan club with him as well. He wasn't here yesterday, but he went off somewhere else and come away with something like 9 firsts and 2 seconds. So he needs to keep it consistent. Stephen Libby through the gap, pulls the dog through, across to 4, twists it round out to number 5, away from the tunnel, pulled it away from that soft tunnel, steps back to pull the dog back round, out to the Eukanuba, flicks the dog around, he'll cut behind the dog now, which he has done. Beautiful entry there by Libby. Working our way round to number 10. Cross to 11 and 12, cuts again behind the dog. Up to 13, swaps sides, the handler pushes it towards the rigid tunnel, but we're okay. In the tunnel, time of around about 29 seconds as we come out of it. We're down the line of 4. He's lost a little bit of time there as well. Can he do it? In 35.45. Next to go, we've got Peter Crozier, working Brody. 6 years of age, 50% Border Terrier, 25% Collie, and 25% Flat Coat. My word, we're down to percentages on this one. Okay, tells us from Margaret Knight at Patch Agility. First time for Brody and Peter at Crufts, and they intend to enjoy themselves. This is the champs. So, Peter and Brody. As you can hear, nice little vocal dog. Through the gap, a little bit wide down the turn between 3 and 4. Pulls the dog around for number 5. Around to the soft tunnel. Good entry in the soft tunnel, he cuts behind the dog. Pushes it out down the far side towards the Eukanuba. Into the weaves. Into the weaves, and the handler's going across. Pete's pulled on across the 4. He's got the wrong jump and got a big elimination, unfortunately. So we pick up 100 faults there. Nevertheless, they'll continue working the course. Dog's enjoying itself. The main thing is the dog's enjoying itself. The handler's smiling. We're here at Crufts, don't forget. We've made it to Crufts. Down the line, it's an interesting little twist there. Unlucky there for Peter and Brody. Next to go, we've got Neil Ellis, working Chester, a Crocker Spaniel, a Springer Cross Cocker, 8 years of age. Chester is my first agility dog, who at 8 is still a nightmare at times, but I wouldn't change him for the world. Represented Great Britain on 2 occasions of the European champs. So, in an ideal world, I would say we're looking for steady, but they're not going to be steady on this. We're looking for a clear round in the jumping, followed by a clear round in the agility later on to this morning. Beautiful weaves. So, loads of verbal there from Neil, calling Chester across. Nicely handled around the turn there towards the rigid tunnel, and around about 27 as he comes out. He needs to go down that line and get in the course time of 34 seconds. 33.06 on a clear, and goes into first place. Next to go, we've got Ashley Butler working Pudsey, a crossbreed, 8 years of age. They've won 5 agility championships and has also represented Great Britain twice at the European Open Agility Champs in the Czech Republic and Austria. And she says he loves his agility, particularly at Crufts. So a recall there for Ashley. Pulls the dog around. Cut little dog this one. Watched it the other day and he's competing. Fast little dog. Pulls it round a 5. No looking at the tunnels at all. Lovely handled. And really good entry into the weaves. Flicks the dog back into the weaves, pointing with the right arm. Dog's away. Bit of clapping going on there from Ashley to encourage the dog into the rigid. Cuts behind the dog. A bit of leg work for Ashley across to the far corner. We're coming round. She's coming to the right, left-hand side of the hurdle. Into the tunnel. Pushes the dog out at 16. This could challenge the lead, I reckon. We're going down the line. We're flicking the dog back through to the timer. 33.50, superb clear, well done. Second place at the moment. Next in, we should have Alan Gardner, working Jude, Border Collie, 10 years of age. Agility champion, touch and go again girl. So this is Jude's 8th consecutive year at Crufts. Five times a member of the GB World and Euro Champ squad. Looking forward to another season of competition in our twilight years. So there you go, Alan and Jude. Alan leaving a recall. This will be another one to watch. Quick pair to go. Nice tight turn round there. 2 to 3, through the gap. Pulls the dog round for 5. Into the tunnel and swap sides. Beautifully done. Handle nicely there by Alan round to Luke. A little bit wide on the turn there into the weaves, but we're away. We're in the weaves. Alan's left leg giving the encouragement there, got the rhythm going. Turns it into the tunnel, he'll cut behind again. He'll cut across to the far side of the arena. He's switching in front of the dog, pushed it a little bit towards the tunnel, lost a little bit in there. Round now to number 16. We're slightly down on the time. He needs to pick a little bit up down this line if he can. We've got the zigzag coming down and across the finishing line in 36.02 with some time, folks. Next in, we've got Natasha Wise working Dizzy, Border Collie, 7 years of age. Agility champion, Rianne's flipping heck. Dizzy likes all dogs, is 1 in a million, and I'm honoured to be her owner. On and off the agility course, she's her dream girl. Beautiful little male, this. Okay, so goes the release command. Nice tight turn. Tasha talking consistently to the dog, working it round, a bit wide on the turn, possibly there. Into number 6, cross to 7, you can over top corner. Flicks the dog into the weeds, she's way back there, lets the dog go in on its own, beautifully picked up now, cuts across to 10. She's going to cut behind the dog as they all are. Bit of leg work now for Natasha, she's got no problem with that. Pulls the dog round, swings it to the right, she's not gone anywhere near that hurdle, beautifully handled. Flicks it round down the line. Coming up in about 28 seconds as they're going down that line, she's going to take the lead in. 31.20. Stunning bit of handling there from Natasha with Dizzy, absolutely superb. Next to go, we've got Rachel Chisnall with Lottie. Patterdale Cross Cocker Spaniel, 5 years of age. Rachel's racing rocket. It's a dream come true just to win a champ ticket, especially after the ups and downs me and Lottie have had this year. They picked up 5, unfortunately, there. They've rolled the pole. But that's not a problem. That could still get them through tonight. But unfortunately, we've taken the Eukanerba hurdle, which was number 2. So we picked up an elation. Nevertheless, they will continue working the course. And a nice set of weaves with a bit of hissing going on there from Rachel to encourage the dog through the weaves. Into the rigid tunnel number 12. Across the far side to 13. Pulls the dog around to the right-hand side of number 14. Flicks it out again, down the line and jumps in. We'll give them a round of applause as they finish. Well done, Rachel and Lottie, unlucky on that one. Next to go, we've got Gemma Haycock working Ruby, Staffy, 5 years of age. Simply Red Rubes. Ruby and Gemma train at Wellingborough Dog Training Club and also take part in the East Anglian Staffordshire Bull Terrier display team. She says she can be a bit of a handful. We'll have to make her own mind up as to which course she wants to do. Hopefully she'll do the correct one today. So Gemma has to be quite strong, she was saying with her. So we're away. Nice little Staffy here. Nice turn there as well. Relatively quiet handler. So a little bit of a blind turn there, but it worked. Flicks the dog across the long jump. Pushes it out now. Eukanuba hurdle into the weaves. Beautiful set of weaves. Nice to see the Staffy going through the weaves at that pace. Cross to 11 and 12. We're up the far corner now. 13, unlucky for some, but hopefully it's not for them, which it's not. Into the rigid tunnel. Coming out of there in about 27 seconds. A little bit of time to make up. They're coming down that line, a bit unsure which way we were going then. We're swapping sides and across the finishing line. 34.46 with 46 time faults. Great run. Next in, we've got Sean Illingworth working Jazzy, Border Collie, 10 years of age, agility champion, Falconmore Shadow Dancer. Jazzy may be in double figures, but she's yet to grow up. She won the champ class at Crufts last year, and she's very proud of it. I'll stop on that bit and watch the dog go around. Now, we're turned to the left there of number 2. Everyone previously has gone to the right, and I think that flows very nicely. But we are very wide there. We've lost probably a couple of seconds, but we can make it up. Quick little dog, this one. Remember it from last year. Into the weaves, beautiful entry. Look at the weaves. We made the time up probably in the weaves, to be fair. Comes around to number 10. She'll push the dog into the rigid and go. She'll put her leg work across herself to number 13. Flicks it round to the right. Again, handled beautifully from a distance. Pushes out for 16. Down the line. We're on about 30-odd seconds. They're looking good. 32.88 clear. And goes into second place. Great run there from Jazzy Ramachan. Next in, we've got Christine Wingate-Wing working Zev, Shepherd Sheepdog, 6 years of age. Zev is a wonderful Sheltie. Gets very excited when they're doing agility. This is our second time at Crufts Agility Champs, and they're both thrilled to be here. Okay. So, Christine, Zev. Yeah, nice little vocal dog. Nice tight turns, those. Flicks around there just under 8 seconds. And then runs Euclid. A little bit wide on the Euclid hurdle to the weaves. Beautiful weaves again, coming across to number 10. Into the rigid tunnel. Far side, pulls the dog around to the right-hand side. In the tunnel again, she's going to pull it out again. She's around 28 seconds, so she's in there. She could be somewhere close. Down the line, clear round in 32.96. Into third place. Superb run there from Christine and Zev. Next in, Nicola Wilmer working Zuma Kelpie, 8 years of age. I've had a fantastic 2013, and I will say after yesterday, or certainly this week, she's had a fantastic 2014 start, to be fair. So to see a little dog this, it doesn't look very quick, but it turns really relatively tight and makes the time up by doing that. So Nicola pushing the dog out, brings it round, nice line there into the weaves, saves a little bit of time there. Good bouncing set of weaves. Across to number 10, in around about the 20-second mark, into 12. Nicola pushing the dog across. She's gone up to the hurdle with the dog, and oh, we've lost a little bit of time there, and picked up a refusal. The dog turned away from the obstacle. So we picked up a 5R there for refusal, unfortunately. So down the line, slowed down a little bit, lost a bit of time. 10 faults in 10.9 faults in 39.95. Still keeps them in contention for later on. Next to go, we've got Tony Dawkins working Minx, a border collie, 11 years of age, agility champion, Tanita Magic Minx. Minx will be 12 this year, is still crazy, but this will probably be her last time competing at Crufts. Starting little Merle again, this one. Had a fantastic agility career. Still has a fantastic agility career. Beautiful little dog. So, tight round the turn again. A little bit wide. Oh, and the crowd go, oh. Okay, so a little bit of a hiccup there, and unfortunately we picked up an elimination. Dog's taken the Euclid number 2 the wrong way, which is a shame. Great entry into the weaves for the angle there, though. What a huge angle that was to come in round to those weaves. So across to 12, rigid tunnel, working the far side of the arena. And the dog's picked the tunnel up, a little bit of arm movement there possibly. She's going to come down the line. Unlucky there for Tony with Minx. Next in, we've got Sean Illingworth with a Maybe, a border collie, 4 years of age. This is Maybe's first time at Crufts. We represented Great Britain last year at the European Champs. We won it as well, so she's European Champ for 2013 at 3 years of age. She currently has 2 CCs that she won last year. So, another nice little dog. Quick. I've got a funny feeling we're going to go left here. We have, with a blind turn. I like that. That actually runs extremely well that way for that dog. Other ones it wouldn't. Interesting bit of handling. Oh, just rolled the long jump. Picked up a 5 faults there in the long jump. Great weave entry again. Superb weave entry. Coming round to 10. Into the tunnel. Pull the dog around for 13. We just pulled it away from there. A little bit of verbal. Possibly the dog picked up on the wrong command there. So we're on 5 faults, unfortunately. Down the line, in the course time, hopefully, 33.81 with 10 faults. Still a great run there for Shana Maybe. Last of the mediums to go is Nancy Hudson, working Ziki Sheltie, 6 years of age. Obey Tis Sensational. Ziki won the medium ABC event at Discover Dogs 2013 and also has recently been runner-up in the medium agility stakes at Olympia in December. She has 3 CCs to her name. has represented Team GB and Team England abroad. Again, a great duo, this two. Nancy and Ziki. So leaving the dog in a wait.
Okay.
And the OK release command. Ooh, a little bit of a twist there on the back end. And unfortunately, Nancy's gone to the wrong jump, which is a great shame. So they'll just recorrect that and continue working around the course. Through the gap. Round to 5. Soft tunnel coming up. Pushes the dog round to the Eukanuba hurdle. Into the weaves. Good set of bouncing weaves again. Nice and quick. Number 10. 11 into the rigid top. Pushes the dog out now for number 13. 14 and 15. Nicely handled. Pushing out for 16. Turning the dog round her body and down the line of 3. Unlucky with the E. Give them a round of applause as they finish. Yes, well done. Unlucky there for Nancy and Ziki. Okay, so I do believe we're now on to the larger dogs. So larger dogs coming up. So over the last 3 days, we've had over 20 agility-related events on in the main arena. It's been a fantastic 3 days. I will say some of the best handling I've probably seen in the years that I've been here commentating. Fly ball last night, the noise in that, well, as they say, raise the roof. It was probably one of those scenarios where it probably was a raise the roof one last night. Probably the loudest I have ever known the fly ball final at all. Superb final is what it was. Right, so our first competitor in the large champ class is Alan Wildman, working minx, a border collie, 4 years of age. Alan and minx have had an exceptional 2013, qualifying for the Olympic finals, winning the champ final in Dundee and qualifying for Crufts. Winning the Highland Agility final is part of the GB training squad for 2014. He's an electrical engineer, and minx and Alan are addicted to agility. So we're just adjusting the time at the far side. German technology this time with our electronic timing, and I must admit it's been very interesting watching it and using it. Great to watch it up on the screen there as well. And the gentleman just checking everything's happy for us, which it nearly is. So loads more, a bit more agility on today. You've got the part 2 of this later on today at 11:10 if you want to come ringside and join us for part 2. Maybe something like 5 to 5 this evening when the main champ final is on. So Alan leaving minx in a recall, and minx is just having a bit of a rub. Okay.
Minx, come. Minx.
A little bit wide there. Pull the dog away from the tunnel. Oh! Just taking an additional jump. Alan did step back, to be fair, as well, pulling the dog away from it, but with a verbal. So we've got an elimination, unfortunately. Continue working the course. Down to 10 and 11. Into the rigid. Pushes the dog out for 13. Interesting to see when you've got the larger sizes and the smaller dogs and the medium dogs. We'll be doing time-wise and so on. And down the finishing line with a round of applause in 35.21, unfortunately with 101.21 penalty faults. Next in, we've got Alan Short, working in Bruce, a working sheepdog, 4 years of age. He's got his Scottish fans in, and I note they've got out of the lighting area, so they're all hidden see today. They're in the darker area. Bruce is a lovely, calm boy in the house who loves nothing more than the cuddle. However, showing some agility, and he switches on. Very vocal dog, as you can hear. Big striding dog as well. Great turn there, superb weave entry. Down those weaves, almost doing 3 at a time. Plenty of vocal from the dog. Coming across to 14, with Alan swapping sides to pull the dog through to that rigid tunnel. A little bit wide possibly on the turn. Out 29, he's coming round to the straight. We need to go down the line. And we're looking good. Yes! 34.11. The 11th time, folks. Great run, great start there for them. So next in we have Lee Windiat, working Pip, Border Collie. Agility champion, Darley Falls, Pipistrel. Quick little collie, this one. Tight turns round the jump wings, where they save the time. So Lee just making sure he knows where he's going, which I'm sure he does. Okay, so go the release command, and go the dog did. Through the gap. Pulls it round to 4. Away from the tunnel. Over 5, that was a tight turn. Flicks the dog out for number 7. Pushing round, hangs back for the weave entry, into the weaves, super set of weaves. Lee plodding his way down to pick the dog up now. Now the acceleration will start to come in as they go towards that far corner. Cuts across, his legs are moving. Dog's flying as well. Pulls it around to the left-hand side of 14. Into 15, flicks it out. Round about the 32nd coming down the line. They've got 3 to go, 2 to go. Yes, 34.58. With 58 time faults there. 0.58, great turn that was on the screen above. Next in, Steve Richardson. He's back again working George. Patterdale Cross collie, 7.5 years of age. So Steve with George, never even looked at the tunnels, never looked at the jump, carried on round, totally focused on Steve. Again, Steve trying to save a little bit of time on the turn there, staying with his body to pull the dog inwards rather than outwards. And we'll cut across, you'll probably see Steve boot it now. Oh, and he did boot it, but unfortunately George followed as well. So he's picked up a 5R there, swapping sides again to pull the dog round for 15. Pushes it out for 16, swaps in front of the jump, and he swapped again to pull it for that turn down the line. Unlucky there, 5 faults, plus the time, 39.42 with 10 point something time faults. So just realign our soft tunnel. Next in we've got Alison Rowetts working Ostera, Border Collie, 8 years of age. Said Ostera loves agility, she's competed at the World Champs 4 times. Happy dog, a little bit wide there, the arms out, possibly may have pushed the dog out a fraction, you never know. It's amazing what they pick up on. Is that incitement? Unfortunately, we just picked a 5R up there. We got the entry, we skipped one, I think. Excited dog, totally enjoying this, loving every moment of it. Pushes the dog out with her arm, flicks it round with the left arm into the rigid tunnel. Coming round in around 30 seconds round an obstacle, so they're going to have a few faults on the way down at a time, but working nicely through the tyre. 36.47, 7.47 faults. Next to go, we've got Donna Kearse working Ace Border Collie with her fans, 5 years of age, the collie, called Ace. It's their first appearance at Crufts. It's been a dream to qualify with her. Proudest moments are winning the gold WAO Games, Championship Belgium 2012 and qualifying for Crufts 2014. She's so proud to grace the green carpet with Ace. Nice steady start. You can see our directional commands and so on, predominantly conducted with the hands, the left and the right. Everyone has their own techniques. Whether they use their body, their hands, their voice, and so on. Bit of verbal there to make sure the dog comes out of that tunnel turn to the left. Handled beautifully at the moment, coming around about 29, 30 down the line. We're not a bit of legwork down here for some time faults otherwise. Through the tyre, 34.57 with 0.57 time faults. Super run. Next to go, we've got Charlotte Harding working Scandal Border Collie, 5 years of age, agility champion, Rujaf Red Hot Scandal. This is Charlotte's 3rd agility dog, and their 3rd time at Crufts. Scandal is an amazing dog to live with and own. Had an amazing season last year with Scandal winning 3 CCs to become an agility champ, as well as representing Great Britain at the European Championships. So quietly handled. Dog nice and quiet. A little bit wide there. We had a quick look at the weaves, but we're flicking now up to 7, which we have done. We picked the pace up a tiny bit as well, into the weaves, hanging back. Great weave entry. Coming round to 10 and 11. Flicks the dog in the tunnel, and she's away. Dog's away as well. Swaps sides, lost a little bit of time there possibly, into 15 in rigid tunnel. Pushes out for 16. She's swapping again, down the line. She's going to cut behind the dog. Is she in the time with a tyre? 34.44, 0.44 time faults. Well done, Charlotte and Scandal. Next in, we have Greg Derritt, working Detox Border Collie, 7 years of age. It's Detox's 4th time at Crufts, and Greg's 24th year at Crufts. Anybody else remember watching him on Blue Peter? I do. That was before I was into agility. Okay, so Greg's pretty well done it. You name it, Greg's done it. One of our Well, obviously agility champions. So a nice steady start. So I had to get a little bit of control in there and a little bit more for those two tunnels. We had a quick look just as we went there. A little bit wide on that turn there, a little bit wide. We lost a few seconds there possibly into the weaves. Working nicely down the weaves. Greg probably needs to make a little bit of time up here. Don't forget this dog's only 7 years of age. It's a youngster yet. Pulls it away. He's having a bit of a look at these. He's giving Greg a bit of a job today, I must admit. Greg's pulled him out wide a bit, maybe there. Might lose a little bit of time, but fingers crossed you go clear as far as the obstacles are concerned. In 35.24, 1.24. I think Greg had his work cut out with that one. Next to go, David Munnings, looking boss, border collie, 4 years of age. Devon Gem, Mr. Bossman. The first time competing at Crufts, or Bosses, at any rate. He's a totally lazy slob at home and scared of his own shadow, but luckily comes alive for agility. And that was a left turn round number 2, which has possibly saved him a little time. Probably feels that, ooh, we're having a look. We're having a look around tunnels and weaves at the moment. But luckily David's under control. And he's now got boss where he needs to be. A bit of wheel spinning there going through the weaves, obviously with a floor surface, but oh, what's the chances of that? So we took number 7, which is the long jump, on a peculiar angle as well. But obviously David made his way to where he wanted to be. Unfortunately, the dog didn't pick up on it. And they'll go down the line and finish, unfortunately, there for David and Boss. Boss will be back, I'm sure. You'll see the Boss again. Next to go, we've got Martin Reed, working Flash, working sheepdog, 4.5 years of age. Went with a Flash. Flash is a great dog who is very loyal to the people he knows. He loves cuddles, toys, treats and food. And obviously loves the agility as well. I think we're going to possibly cut round the left-hand side of number 2, which we are, with a blind turn, and it works through the gap. Look at that beautiful, quiet handling. Beautiful, quiet handling. You could hear a pin drop in the arena. Into the weaves. Beautiful set of weaves. Absolutely superb. Cross to 10. Is he going to use a verbal after the rigid tunnel? He's just gone. The dog's gone as well. Flash following with a Flash. Pushes the dog out to 16. We're a little bit down on the time. We've got a bit of a straight to go down now. We catch a little bit up through the tyre. 35.26 with 1.26 time faults. Next to go, we've got Matthew Goodlife, working Quincy, border collie, 5 years of age, turboed wide water wizard. Quincy's a fantastic dog, was an amazing year last year at Crufts and the European Championships, and highlight being winning the bronze medal for Great Britain. Win or lose, Quincy's always a pleasure to run, and I hope I can do him justice. He usually does. That was a great turn, that was. Angle on that there to take that jump was spot on. Beautifully controlled. He's keeping the dog under control, as you can see with that come command. And the dog did into the Eukanuba, hanging back again for that weave entry. Nice set of weave. Oh, look at that go. Fantastic. Round of 10, 11, into the rigid. Little bit of verbal there to pull the dog around for number 14. We're looking good at the moment. We're going to come out of that tunnel, in around about 29. We could be in the course time here with no faults. Yes! 33.36 into first place for Matthew and Quincy. Beautifully handled around there, superb. Next to go, we've got Mark Wingate Wynn, working Dixie, border collie, 4 years of age. Nedlow's Strictly Classic. Dixie's first visit to Crufts, and straight in with some of the country's best dogs. Fantastic dog, big heart, in a small package, he says. So again, what a great angle on that number 3 obstacle. Pulls the dog, doesn't even look at those tunnels then. Totally fixated on Mark there. What do you want me to do, Dad? Great weaves again, super entry down the line. He's doing it again. I think Mark's losing his way here. He needs a sat nav. Okay, bit of a sprint across there to number 14, but at the moment he's looking okay. He's going to come out of there around 29. He's going to have a bit of a sprint down to get in the course time with 3 to go, 2 to go, 1 to go. 35.61, 1.61 time faults. Great run there for Mark and Dixie. If we hadn't have gone slightly off course, we could have been there, I reckon. Next team, we've got Jessica Clairhou with Cara, border collie, 4 years of age. Linwood Cara, Fuzzy Logic. We've represented England in Spain as part of the WAO team. We've represented Great Britain in Holland at the European Junior team and got gold. God's going on walks and playing with tennis balls and obviously doing agility. So, into the weeds. And Jessica catching the dog up, pulls it across, pulls it round for 11, cuts behind the dog as everyone else is doing. With a smooth transection now round to number 15, we're in the tunnel. She's cut behind the dog, pushes it out. That was well handled. Down that line of 3, with 2 to go and 1 to go. 34.66, 0.66 time faults. Alan Bray's next, working Taylor, Border Collie, 9 years of age. Rosmarinus Rumrosa, up and over. Says Taylor is mother to all, a very successful line of up and over Tigers agility Border Collies, started by Alan's late wife Jane, who will be very proud of her little girl today. Nice turn through there, beautiful turn. A little bit wide, Alan hanging back, having a quick look at those weaves. Again, Alan calling it away from obstacle 4 and 11. He's hanging way back now. Alan will now leg it down towards the bottom, which he has done. Dog's catching him up now, round to 10. Pulls the dog round for 11. Bit of hand clapping from Alan, pulls the dog away from that obstacle number 7, the long jump. Lost a little bit there, flicks the dog around to the right-hand side to 15. Pushing it out now for 16. We're probably just going to be out again this time, but we're looking good. Yes, 36.21 with 2.21 time faults. Next in, Anthony Clark with Ruby, Border Collie, 8 years of age, agility champion, blazing red of Rujaf. Won the Crufts Championship last year, but due to an unfortunate injury, hasn't been able to run much since then. So Anthony just lining Ruby up, prepping himself, ready for a blast around the course. So they're away. Nice turn there with Ruby. Again, another quieter shadow. Has a quick look at the tunnel, has a quick look at the weaves. Comes through the gap. Cuts behind the dog after the long jump. Pulls it round to New Canuba. Again, hangs back for the weave entry. Super weaves again, coming round now to number 10. A little bit of verbal from the dog. Good verbal there from Anthony there, pulling it away from that long jump. We don't want that to happen again. 15, we're looking good on the time. We're looking good. Nice turn, saved so much there. Comes down the line of 3 with 2 to go. Yes, 34.53 and 0.53 time faults. We're down to the smalls. There we go. So we're having a quick change of the course now. Drop the poles down. And obviously the tyre, get everything the correct height for the smalls. So don't forget, if you do want to see the part 2 of the Agility Champs, that's on today at around about 10 past 11. Round 2, that's the agility with the contacts, the A-frame, the seesaw, the dog walk. And then the main final is this afternoon at around about 5 to 5. 5 to 5, the Agility Champ main final, 5 to 5 today. So we've had classes over the last 3 days of various groups, whether it be novice, small, medium and larges, the ABC jumping in agilities, the Crufts medium teams, the rescue dog agility, flyball quarterfinals, semi-finals, and obviously the main finals. Crufts singles for smalls, also for the mediums and the large. And yesterday, I had a fantastic day yesterday with the Crufts International Event Invitation Day. And some great rounds there again. It was a bit like today, where you've got 3 rounds with jumping, agility, followed by an overall final with the agility. But certainly the internationals there, not letting themselves down, and finally won by a German handler who did have a stunning run in the final. So we're good to go. We're on to small dogs. And first of all, we have Selena Bray, working Shade, a miniature poodle, 5 years of age, agility champion, Shenandy, one and only. So Selena's competed since 1988, coming up through the ranks in the KC Juniors. Shade's best friend is a Kelpie called Blyde. Shade does not like to be pampered. She just likes to learn new things. So it's a good little dog, this. As you can hear, a relatively quiet but vocal dog. But when Selena goes, Shade goes as well. So she's going up with the dog with the weaves. Look at those weaves for a small dog, skipping through those fantastically round at number 10 onto 11. Now she'll leg it across the far side into that corner, calling the dog with a verbal command, which she has done. Picking it round number 14. We're going into the rigid tunnel. She's coming out of there in about 27, 28 seconds. She needs to get a good turn down this line of 4 jumps with 3 to go, 2 to go, 1 to go. Yeah, 33.58. And obviously takes the lead. Well done, Selena and Shade. Great start for them. Next to go, we've got David Wright, working Otis, a miniature poodle, 5 years of age. Shenandy Strike It Lucky. They represented Great Britain in the European Champs last year. Great honour and a dream come true to complete for the country. Otis is a very special dog and great fun to live with. There are some exceptionally good dogs here, as you can obviously imagine, with it being the Champs. Whether they be large, medium, or at the moment, as you can see, smalls. And when you think they go out travelling across the world, representing our country, we've got a bit of a turn there from David, which worked for him, going across there rather than staying and cutting behind the dog. And at the moment, time-wise, he's not looking too bad. He's going to push the dog around about 29.30. He could do with a good run down this line. He's got 2 to go through the finishing line in 35.02 in 1.02 time, folks. Great run again there from David and Otis. Next in, we've got Neil Harding, working Bex, a working Cocker Spaniel, 7 years of age. Kaivalak Dare to Dream, the registered name of the dog. So looking for a recall, but I think Bex has possibly got other ideas. Neil can correct it, he's got time to correct it. Get it how he wants the dog in the right place. It's a critical thing, we need it in the right place. That's all right, I couldn't say too much there. You wanted to say something, no, commentary can be heard by a dog as well. But yeah, interesting, just a bit of a creep here and a bit of a creep there. Pulls the dog away from the tunnels, nicely angled. Now we're away, speed picks up down towards 7. Picks the dog around to the Eukanuba, coming around now into the weaves. Nice set of weaves there with Bex and Neil, following along on the left-hand side. Round to 10, he's going to stay where he is. I thought he was going to cut sides then, but he stayed where he was. Bit of verbal across. We're coming around now to 14. We've come to the left-hand side. We've picked it on. Actually flows quite well that way. Now round to 16, coming down that line. We're going to be a little short on the time. Pushing it back. Yes, 35.198 with 198 time, folks. It was worth correcting that at the start, Neil. Well done. Next in, we've got Hayley Bray working Bling, a miniature poodle, 3 years of age. Siren Song, Dare to Wear Bling, and up and over. Bling was left to me from my mum, who adores this little princess. My mum completely trained her to do agility and some little tricks, and the famous trick is that she sneezes. Me and Bling have got a lovely partnership and really started to become successful in our agility career. So they're away. Fast little dog, this one. And obviously with the Bling on, that helps. Look at the angles the dog takes the jumps on. It's turning in the air. It's already lining itself up. Obviously this is handler orientated as well, but it's almost turning in the air in the direction that Hayley wants the dog to go. And at the moment, it's looking quick. It's into that rigid tunnel. We're coming around to the far side. I reckon we've got a good time here. If we don't lose any time, we've come to the left-hand side again into the rigid tunnel. We're pushing out now for 16. We've got 4 to go down that line. The time's going to be close with 2 to go. And over the finishing line, 34.03. Probably lost that 0.3 up the top there in that far corner. Fantastic run for Hayley and Bling. Okay, so next in we have Suzanne Phillips, working Keen, a Jack Russell, 8 years of age. Keen the Pocket Rocket. Keen is a rescue dog, has been competing 6 years and never dreamed we would achieve so much. This is our 3rd year at Crufts and we enjoy every minute of it. So they've come round to the left-hand side of number 2. So as you can see, it gives them a little bit more work to do as far as... Oh, we obviously just dipped our nose into that tunnel there. That's a great shame. I suppose that's the angle you turn on there, coming round that way. So we've got an elimination, but they'll continue working the course. Nice little terrier, look at that go through those weaves. Tails going as well, bit of vocal. Into the rigid tunnel, and a jump into the rigid tunnel. That's unusual. Be interested to see that on the camera after. There you go, jumped into the tunnel. And another jump in the tunnel. Just making sure it's not wet, see, on the end as we go in. There we are, down the line of 3, and a round of applause from Unlucky there, but a great one otherwise there from Suzanne and Keen. Okay, next thing we've got Bernadette Bay. And she's working Zaz, a Sheltie, 5 years of age, agility champion Obey. It's got pizzazz. And this dog certainly has pizzazz. Okay, so we're away. Look at that for a turn. Superb round number 2. Through the gap. Tight, tight, tight. This is exactly what you want. Make yourself competitive. Superb turn again around 6. Sorry, 5 to 6. Into the weaves. Beautifully done weaves there, coming round to 10. Into the rigid tunnel. It's deceiving, isn't it? Doesn't look too quick, but we're across the top corner already. It's only 23 seconds into that rigid tunnel. Pushes the dog out of 16. She's a turn in front of the dog coming down the line. This is going to be quick. This is going to be quick. Yes, 32.42. It was quick. And they take the lead for Bernadette and Zaz. Fantastic run again. Next team, we've got Joe Turner working Medlar, Cocker Spaniel, 4 years of age. Twinios Golden Eye. Medlar loves life, agility, cuddles, walks, swimming, flushing hedges, and whatever you ask her to do, she gives it her all, but with noisy excitement. Nothing wrong with that at all. Oh! So we picked an E up here, up there, I'm afraid, but it was a little bit of uncertainty there, possibly. We had a left arm go, we had a left-right arm go, and the dog unfortunately picked up the wrong obstacle. But they'll continue working the course. They'll probably recorrect the weaves, because obviously if you get them wrong, you want to get them right, because they're going to have an agility run regardless later on. They could get a placing in that one, possibly, anyway. So, into the rigid tunnel, pushing across the far side. I think we're having one of those Sunday mornings where, you know, maybe a bacon butty was the wrong thing to have. Down the line with a round of applause. Unlucky there for Joe and Medlar. We'll see him again later on. So he's back again. Stephen Richardson working Angel, a Jack Russell Terrier. Registered name ain't no Angel, so Steve's got the lucky chance of doing smalls, mediums and large. As you can hear, trappy little terrier, over 7. Steve putting the same turns in there as he has in the previous dogs of his own. Everyone say has their own methods and ways of training and handling. Now he's going to turn there in front of the dog from 11 to 12. Way ahead of the dog, pushes it round. Great turn again, into the tunnel. He's pushing it up again, brings it out around about 30 seconds. We come down the line. Steve's going to boot it, push the dog back through, and we're through the finishing line. 34.74, 0.74 time faults. Great run again for Steve with Angel. So next in we have Louise Eden working Smudge, a Shetland sheepdog, 7 years of age. Clanovon Misty Shadow, part of the GB team at the EOs in 2013. Pleased to have been invited to be part of the GB agility squad again in 2014. Competed at Crufts before, but never in Champ. Thanks to her husband who spends hours travelling to get us to important events. We couldn't do it without him. Well, it's handy always to have a dog person with you, a chauffeur, because I must admit, you're not so stressed when you get there, then. You're ready to go. You can have a sleep in the car. It does make a difference. I know that. Coming round to 10. At the moment, we're looking good. Handled beautifully. Across the far side of the arena, a bit of leg work, and pull the shelter round. Oh, we just got... Oh! What's the chances of that happening at all? Unlucky there for Louise and Smudge. So the dog goes the wrong way and then comes back over the jump. So we pick up an elimination. They're going to come down the line of 3 jumps. We'll have a big round of applause for them. Well done, Louise and Smudge. So next to go, David Russell, working Cayenne, Papillon, 7 years of age. Petition, Maitre, Delamere, Agility 1 Gold. It's his first agility dog. He won his first CC at Hinkley Show last year. Cayenne's represented his country 4 times and never ceased to amaze him. They're representing the small dogs today. He's hoping to do very well, very proud of him. And so on. I try and read as much as I can, but obviously I like to also commentate on the dogs as well. At the moment, Cayenne's going very nicely. It's a steady run. So David with his dog. He's swapping sides, putting it round to number 11. He's got the time to do that. As you can see, the handler there way ahead of the dog. You make up that little bit of time you may have lost somewhere else. Into 15, pushes the dog out. He's doing another turn in front of the hurdle to pull the dog across towards him. He's coming down the line. He's going to have a few time faults, but we're looking nice. Well done. Great run there for David and Cayenne. 37.74, I think it was. And we have Natalie Webb next with Cash. Cass is a Sheltie Cross Collie, Quicksilver shooting star. Currently has 2 CCs towards her agility champion status, represented England in 2013 WAO's in Spain, had a lot of time off last year after tearing tricep muscle. And we're also sponsored by Autarky Dog Food. So a bit wide there, steps back away from number 5 to pull the dog into that soft tunnel. Great weave entry. She was miles away. Look where she's gone now. Look where the handler's gone now to pull the dog across. Look at the time that saved. The dog's just kept going. Superb. She's gone again. Natalie working totally different, as you could see there. The handling style, bit unique, bit different, and we're looking good. Come on, Natalie. Yes! 33.51 goes into second place for Natalie and Cass. Probably made that time up there between the weaves. Number 9 obstacle and the number 10 to number 11 obstacle. Fantastic. Next to go up, Clive Foder working Poppy, a Shetland sheepdog, 3 years of age. Monesi's Mischief. A noisy, lovable character with a mind of her own. Her 2 interests of food and agility in that order. She's 2 cc's, qualified for Olympia last year. Clive's been here numerous times before with 4 other dogs. So Clive says out, and the dog goes out. He was just taking a line towards the Euclid hurdle, and Clive flicked it out with an out command. So as you can see, Clive getting plenty of vocal himself with the dog. So Clive, plenty of vocal, the dog, plenty of vocal, working together as a great team at the moment. They're in a 15. They're not looking bad on time, pushes the dog out. He's doing a blind turning, and he's got 3 to go. Come on, Clive. And across the finishing line, 36.58. 2.58 time faults for Clive and Poppy. Daniel's got his team in. Daniel Croxford next with Bess, Shetland Cross, 6 years of age. Bogsole Best Beauty. They've had a great year winning 1 CC and 1 reserve CC, qualified for Olympia in December as part of the first England junior team. So loads of verbal command, pulling the dog away from those 2 tunnel entrances. They're good traps there. Obviously they've worked as well. It's down to the handlers to work out where they need to command their dogs. Obviously if they pop down there, the elimination happens, which has happened. So across to 10, he's hanging back a little bit, calls it round to 11. Bit of leg work now for Dan. Ooh, nearly lost it there, but he's lost a bit of time. He's only lost time, that's all he's lost. He's on about 29, 30 seconds coming round there. So a little bit of work to do down this line. And he's gone. He's away. Fantastic run. 35.27, 1.27 time, folks, for Daniel and Bess. Okay, next thing we've got Jean Tuck, working Glen, a Shetland sheepdog, 5 years of age, Japaroo, Cool Jazz at Craigill, agility 1 gold. This is Glen's second time at Crufts, enjoyed the singles agility in champs here last year. At home, he is a mischief, and despite being so small, he likes to sleep in the largest dog basket. Why not? So, nicely handled, nicely controlled. As you can see, arm movement at the moment, predominantly with the vocals, directing Glenn around the course. Pulls the dog with a little bit of twist of her body there, pulls it away towards the weave entry. Across to the rigid tunnel. Now the far side of the arena, 13. She's staying there, flicking the dog round to 15. We're not too bad on the time. Round of 16 with 4 to go. She's coming down the line with 2 to go and 1 to go. Yes, well done, Jean and Glenn. 37.68, 3.68 time, folks. Next in, we've got Sam Rowe, working Deefa, Shetland sheepdog, 5 years of age. Odds on Deefa Do. This is Sam and Deefa's first time at Crufts. Deefa's a small dog with an enormous personality. Okay, so again, good tight turn there. Had a quick look at the other hurdle, but we've gone the right way, we're all right. Sam pulling Deefa around. So they're away. Down that straight from the soft tunnel to the rigid, sorry, to the long jump. Round to the Eukanuba, and we're now in the weaves. Okay, a little bit of vocal there from Deefa. Sam obviously giving it back as well. Coming from 13 across to 14, pulls to the left to number 14 into the rigid tunnel. Flicks the dog out for 16. We're a bit down the time. We're down the finishing straight with 2 to go, ahead of the handler. Yes, 38.34, 4.34 seconds time, folks. Well done, Sam and Deefa. So next in we've got Mandy Sue Sarti, working Izzy, a Patterdale, 8 years of age, Stonebridge Black Magic. Izzy barks a lot when running. And one on the start line. They're away. So she's never quite sure she's actually listening to what Mandy says. So that was a lot of heres here, and she did go here. Flip the neck, that was close. She went side to the right and then flipped it round to the left. Had a quick look at that long jump again, but we're in the weaves. So we've lost a little bit of time, but we can probably make that up, I would imagine. I think we could be picking up a bit of pace now. By the looks of it now, Izzy's going to go across the far side. And we're pulling round to the right-hand side of 14 into 15. Pushes the dog out. Time's looking good. Time is looking good. We got 4 to go, 3 to go, 2 to go, 1 to go. 34.3, 43, 0.43 into 5th place. Super on there for Mandy and Izzy. And our last competitor of the smalls in the competition this morning, it's Rosie Cavill with Spice, Cocker Spaniel, 8 years of age, agility champion, Field Spy Leanne. So Rosie just lining Spice up, getting the recall ready. Spice has actually decided she's going to watch the lead going down, have a quick shake, get her ears sorted out.
Spice. Set. Now.
Okay. So Rosie getting it right, she knows what she wants. Spice says, I'll tell you what, I'm going to creep a few inches forward. Excited, dog again, excited what it's doing. Probably lose its voice like the sound of mine by the sounds of it. Out to number 7. And we're looking good at the moment. I think she is losing her voice. Into the weaves. Nice set of weaves. So Rosie cuts across as well. A bit wide on that turn there to number 11, but we're all right. We're looking good on the time as well. Pushes the dog around, a little bit steady on there on the slow down for 13 and 14. But we're looking good. Come on, Rosie. Come on, Spice. 34.36. 0.36 time faults. So that concludes this at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. If you'd like to stay ringside, we will be doing a presentation very, very shortly. Thank you for joining us. Come back very, very soon.